Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, well, what you're looking at right now. So the way I did that was pretty interesting and the progress has been steady and I want to share that with you. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how you should improve at cubing or anything for that matter. So let's get right into this. First things first, a winter break update. I have done a decent amount of learning over the winter break and also a decent amount of unlearning. So the learning parts came with learning a new method for 3x3 blindfolded, which you will be seeing a bunch of solves throughout this video. So this is just going to be my voice over that. So to improve at blindfolded, I learned this method called 3 style, where you solve 2 pieces at a time instead of the traditional 1 piece at a time. And it really helps with executing a lot quicker, and instead of doing say 14 or 16 algorithms for a simple 3 blind solve, I would be doing 7 or 8, which is a lot better. So yeah, I spent my entire winter break just learning that method, and I might make a video sharing how you should learn that method and how there's a lot of resources out there already, so maybe not, but yeah, for sure. It's been a really long journey, and it took me about a month and a few days after to really learn every single algorithm. It was 818 algorithms in total, so yeah, you can think about how long or how intensive that learning curve was. But the learning curve is something I really want to talk about in this video, and in a nutshell, the way you would improve at things like cubing is genuinely just practice, but also it's not just practice that makes you good at these things. It's also the importance of learning new things. So this actually brings me to something that I referred to in the start of the video, which is unlearning something. It was with one of my friends that I learned this 3x3 last layer subset called ZBLL, where you essentially solve EO on the last layer, you orient all the edges, and then you can just solve the rest of it with one alg. So ZBLL has quite a few algorithms, and I was learning it with a friend of mine. And while he has ended up learning a majority of like 2 of the subsets, I kind of learned 2 of the subsets, and then I learned 2 subsets, you could say. I did U1 and U2 basically, and I've forgotten them completely. So yes, unlearning is also a part of this learning curve somehow, but that's how it is. Anyway, yeah, in general, I would say the way to improve at any kind of activity is you basically make sure you're trying to learn something new at a steady rate. It doesn't have to be every single day, but like my goal for 2024 in terms of cubing, which I will be making a video on right after this one hopefully, is not to particularly beat any personal best, but I want to spend time learning new things for every single event. So for January, that was 3 style. For February, I'm trying to do square one. I know it's shocking, but I'm trying to do like full cube shape for square one. Of course, it's not as easy because 3 style is something I've been motivated to learn by seeing how fast people are. Square one has never been a main event of mine, and I don't know why I would be doing this, but it's a part of it. And I'm using Lin now. Of course, the Lin tutorial is coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, in general, I think having a monthly goal is definitely something you should consider, because at the end of the day, I have managed to become almost basically globally sub 9 on 3x3 just based on my finger trick improvement by learning 3 style, which is pretty insane if you think about it, how learning a new thing on some particular event happens to just transcend into another event completely. And well, okay, 3x3 is not another event completely, of course, but it's the same puzzle. But that transition is something that's pretty rare in general. Like in cubing, that's one of the things that happens a lot, where a pattern of motion on one event can just leak into the other. So I feel like my finger tricks have improved a lot. My turning has improved a lot by doing all the fancy turns that are in 3 style algs. And yeah, because of that, I think it's really important that you learn new things across many different events, and you never know which skill set could just pour out into the other one. So yeah, that's definitely something I'd advise. Apart from that, competing is really important, not with other people but with yourself. Like, try to be better than yourself, obviously. Keep trying to improve, and I promise you the reward once you spend, like when I was learning 3 style, it was actually some of the worst times. Like I was just like, bro, I can't even solve the cube blindfolded. I feel like that skill which I acquired in 2018 2019, I can't even do it anymore because I've spent so much time learning new algs, but I just don't have the time to. Oh, no, I do have the time. I don't have the skills to actually implement them in a way that helps me solve the puzzle before the heat death of the universe, which is like quite important, So yeah, I feel like that competitive spirit with yourself, with your old self, is something that's really important, and you develop the self-discipline to like keep going about it by respecting that competitive spirit. So yeah, I would say for sure, like whatever you're watching right now, I recorded this session for a solid 2 hours, so it was probably like 60-70 solves, and I got barely 12 or 13 successes, and you're probably going to see all of them. Like, that's the funny part, is I didn't have to crop anything out because I got like there's barely any successes. But that's the thing, like I know it's coming eventually, I just have to practice. And that brings me to my next point, which is kind of taking out time to practice. Now, it is hard to do. So I'm currently a grad student, so I'm studying aerospace engineering, and it's pretty hectic, I would say. And it's not like I have a lot of time to dedicate to practice, but that's not me saying that I can't make the time. So I believe that you can always make time for something, of course, unless there's like crazy circumstances. I'm just speaking in general. You can always make time for something, and not having time for something is a different kind of mindset, and it is, of course, it's quite possible, I'm not denying it. But if you're able to make time for something, then you should definitely do it if it's something you want to improve at. Pretty obvious, I know, but there's a lot of motivation that goes behind implementing something like that. So anyway, all of this to say that if you're trying to improve at anything, make sure you're learning new stuff. That's the motto of this video. That's like the conclusion, and that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Now, I do realize that it's all easier said than done, but the really cool thing about the learning curve is that you're never at the top. Like, it's an exponential curve. It's like an asymptotic approach to a certain value, but you're always on that asymptote. There's always somewhere to be. So that's the cool part about a learning curve. And I should probably draw this curve out at some point. You know what? I'm going to make a YouTube short where I draw the learning curve. Why not? But anyway, the learning curve is like that. It's just exponential, and it works differently. So yeah, just make sure you're on the curve. As long as you're on the curve, you're moving in some direction. So that's more important. You might be moving backwards like I did with ZBLL, or you might be moving forwards like I did with freestyle, or you're just not moving like I did with square one. But like, either way, just make sure you're on the curve, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also happened to cross 400 subscribers over the course of the last month and a half or 2 months of not uploading videos. So hooray to that. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to cover for this video. I hope you're able to do this and apply it to your learning journey. And please leave a comment down below on what you're planning to learn for this year. And you know what, we're going to make sure you follow it. All the people are going to support you. It's going to be great. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to cover. More freestyle solves coming on the channel. I wasn't able to get that sub one in this video, but you know what, we're going to do it. It's coming, guys. The sub one is coming someday. Hopefully in the near future, that sub one is coming. I feel it. And yeah, I just hope that it's soon, obviously, because it would be rewarding. But yeah, the sub one is a hard barrier to break for me. Anyway, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I'm going to be announcing some stuff soon, which I hope does well, but like, I'm going to do it because I really want to do it. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that as well. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, or a good night if you're going to sleep, or if I'll just stop talking. You know what, just have a good time. Yes, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to the channel, and yeah, peace.